Oh, okay. I want to talk about why I don't really go to Dragon Con anymore. And what's really funny is, so in the last couple years, so I went to Dragon Con last year to teach classes, but I only went on Sunday and Monday, I think. So I didn't even really do the con. I literally went, I did my classes, and I left. I didn't get a hotel room. I drove up, I did my classes, and I left when they were done. But the year prior, I actually had a hotel room and we stayed for Dragon Con, and that was like the very first vlog that I ever did. Like, very first con vlog I ever did was the Dragon Con vlog from last year. Not last year. Of 2022? Yeah. Dragon Con 2022 was the last time I actually stayed at Dragon Con. The funny thing is at that Dragon Con, for that vlog, I filmed a whole part of that vlog that I edited out. I cut it out. I edited it and just cut it out because I thought I was being too negative, which is hilarious to think about now. But this is back when the channel was really small, right? Like, I was not at 5K yet. I remember when I hit 5K, because it was when I went to DreamHack 2022, when I went to DreamHack that November, it was like right when I hit 5K. So I had less than 5,000 subscribers back then. And I had this whole part where I talked about the different kinds of people that come to Dragon Con and how some of those people are really cool, awesome people, and how some of those people are not. But I will reinvigorate. I will redo that portion for you now. So there's a couple different kinds of people that go to Dragon Con. The first group is the Dragon Con people. These are like the Dragon Con legacy people. These are people where Dragon Con is like the only con that they go to the entire year. They love Dragon Con. They come in on Wednesday and they leave on the Tuesday. It's their favorite thing. It is their home. They love all the traditions. They know all of the inside jokes. They're usually big, like, Star Wars, Marvel, Lord of the Rings fans. They're usually older people in their 40s and 50s, late 30s. Those are the Dragon Con people. Those people are amazing. Those people are fantastic. Those people are so sweet and so cute. They're the people that set up the stuff like the Cult of the Marriott carpet, the people that walk around in the John, was it UPS? No, was it FedEx? Anyway. The Dragon Con people are great. Nobody has any problem with the Dragon Con people. You also have the general, like, Atlanta cosplayers and con community. The people that go to MomoCon, the people that are Atlanta cosplayers. You have those people, also another group at Dragon Con. I differentiate them from the Dragon Con people because they also go to other cons. It's not their only con. They have other cons that they like, but they like Dragon Con too, and they go too. Hey, LOL, I'm in my 40s, just registered my own son for high school, and I'm feeling old enough. Okay, 40 is not old. I said older, meaning not like 18 to 20-year-olds, okay? I didn't mean you're old. You're just older. There is specifically, at Dragon Con, the Dragon Con people are older than most of the people at, like, MomoCon or Anime Weekend Atlanta. Anime Weekend at MomoCon and Anime Weekend Atlanta skew a lot younger, and Dragon Con, the Dragon Con specific people skew a lot older. So we're talking people at least 35 and over is usually like the Dragon Con group, and you don't usually see those people at the anime specific conventions in Atlanta, right? You're not old. You're kicking. Congrats to your son for being in high school. Good luck to you. Anyway. Tessa says Dragon Con scares me, not gonna lie. is way too many people and everything is so overwhelming. I have to be tipsy for things to be bearable. That is exactly the other thing. Let me finish grouping the Dragon Con people. So we have the Dragon Con specific people. They're really cool. The Atlanta cosplay and con community, also very cool people. Then we have the just Atlanta people. The locals. Dragon Con is so big that you get this huge population that skews a lot younger. You get a huge population of younger people that just want to go to Dragon Con to party. The Dragon Con is the only con that they go to, and they usually only go on Saturday, and they just go to party and get drunk, which is so fine. If that's what you want to do, Dragon Con is the best con for that, because that's what everybody's doing. The problem is this group of people, the Atlanta locals that just come to party, don't go to cons and don't understand cosplay etiquette or con etiquette. And so they do like touch your cosplay. Or when you get into the elevator in your Momo cosplay where your boobs are out and you have, 12 gauge wire in your boobs, they look at you like this. They look at you like, nice. I had that happen to me. I had somebody touch my cosplay. I had an older woman run up to me when I was in Aquamarine from Steven Universe, and my contact was up in my eye, and my eye was watering, and half of my body paint had melted off of my face, and I was walking out of the Marriott with my hand over my face, trying to get to a bathroom, and this older woman walked up to me with her phone and went, "Oh, I just have to get a picture of you." There are a lot of people at Dragon Con that have no idea how you're supposed to act around cosplayers, and they are disrespectful. And if you are already overwhelmed by the crowds and the city and the heat and the slow walking, and you interact with somebody that has no concept of your boundaries and thinks you are just a thing for them to look at, it is awful. Awful experiences. Those are never the Dragon Con people, and it's never the Atlanta con or cosplay community. It is the random Atlanta people that come to gawk, and there are a lot of gawkers. There's my little rant about Dragon Con. It's also very expensive. It's like at least $1,500 for the hotel room alone. The badge is like $150. It is, and like, granted, it's a 4-day convention, right? You're paying for a 4-day convention. But for somebody like me, who, and that, like, I remember I even mentioned in that vlog that when you walk around the dealer's room at Dragon Con, because it's a multi-genre convention, what that actually translates to is Star Wars, Marvel, Lord of the Rings, and a little bit of Doctor Who. And some Star Trek. It's like the most mainstream, like, nerdy things. That's what it is, right? It's Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings. Maybe a little bit of Game of Thrones. Maybe a little bit of Doctor Who. And like some, you'll see some Goku and some Naruto, and that's about all the anime stuff you will see. So it's expensive, and to put that into perspective, to make sure everybody understands, I don't give a about Star Wars, Marvel, DC, Star Trek. I have a lot of feelings about Doctor Who that I won't get into, but that's like the only one out of like the big ones that I give a shit about. And even then, I, like, don't want to interact with it. Unless it's, I mean, Freema Agriman, the lady that played Martha, in Doctor Who was there this year, and I kind of thought about going and getting her autograph and getting her to sign something, but I was just like, is that worth doing? No, it's not. Astrofox says, I went to Dragon Con once and that was enough for me. Too much going on, way too expensive, and way too hot. And also, yeah, here's the deceptive thing though. Is, so, Dragon Con, if you don't know, if you've not seen that vlog and you don't really have an idea of like, cause Dragon Con isn't like other conventions. It's a really different experience because Dragon Con doesn't take place in a like convention center or a convention hall. It takes place in like 5 or 6 large buildings in the heart of downtown Atlanta. And these buildings were all built in such a way that they were supposed to be like the indoor town square of Atlanta. And so a lot of these buildings are connected by sky bridges over the street. But the problem is that if you choose to go in those sky bridges on like any time on a Saturday, you are going to be stuck in the line to get out of the sky bridge for like 30 minutes because it takes people 30 minutes to walk through the sky bridge for some reason, and they get really, really hot. It is like unbearably hot in those things because it's all like glass windows, and the AC, there's like not AC in there. The AC is pumped in through the other sides, so you're just baking, and there's people literally excuse me, literally people crammed into the sky bridge going both ways. You are at a snail's pace. It is awful. And then so your other choice, if you don't want to go through the sky bridge, is you have to leave the building and go walk on the street. And I've never, I was on the street when a guy touched my cosplay. That story is, I was in Raven. This is a really long time ago. This is like, I don't even think a lot of people know that I had cosplayed Raven from Teen Titans. But I was in Raven, and I had my hood up, and this group of drunk guys came up from behind me and pulled down my hood really quick. Basically, Dragon Con is a con that you go to party and drink, which is fun. And I have had plenty of really good Dragon Cons where I had lots of my friends there, and we all met up, and we hung out in the Marriott, and we drank, and we danced, and we took funny cosplay pictures, and we all did group cosplays, and it was really fun. But the thing that made it fun was the people that were there. The environment hinders the fun, because that's the other awful thing about Dragon Con is if you get separated from your friends, you can't find them. It is so hard to find people at Dragon Con. And it's so big, and you get so tired, and like I used to just be able to do, 4 days at the con and be totally fine, but I am now a 30-year-old lady, and I just can't. But yeah, and then this is the thing. So another thing about Dragon Con is I used to live, and this was years ago, so I'm not doxing myself, but I used to live like pretty close to downtown Atlanta. Like I was just an Uber drive away. So if I wanted to casually go to Dragon Con, I totally could. But now I don't. And it's like a lot. That's the other thing. Is Dragon Con is in the heart of downtown Atlanta. So if you want to go and you don't live anywhere near downtown, if you live near the perimeter or outside the perimeter, it's a lot to go and park in downtown Atlanta. It's a lot. It's a lot to get there. There's traffic. That's why last year I was like pretty chill about it, because I had asked for my classes to be in the morning, and what I did, because this is what I do because I really don't like traffic, and I get really I like to be places way too early. So what I did last year was I just like got up really early, drove, and got there way earlier than I needed to be, and because it was Sunday and Monday, there was no traffic. I was there by like 8 a.m. and I just got to chill, and it was fine because I had already parked. I parked at a time that was like good, and it was fine, but I don't. It's still a lot to drive up there and park and all that. Downtown Atlanta's just a lot. Thanks for watching this year-old Patreon stream re-upload. If you want to see the Patreon streams actually live or in full, then you can check out my Patreon, because you can get access for just $1 a month. And a big thank you to Mel, or Pocket Leaves, who's editing these streams down for me so I can focus on my main channel videos. You can check out Mel's work on either their channel Pocket Leaves or Pocket Cons, and sometimes you'll even see me in their con vlogs. It's a special occurrence when it happens. But as always, if you're just watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, then you're supporting this channel too. So thank you. Bye!